Yes! Yes! Oh, screw this, I'm going to space. Get some jovial music in there. I'm totally aware that you're anti-Valentine, and I tend to go all out for the things I appreciate. So I thought I would get you some anti-Valentine stuff and a nice lovely cake, which looks good, but you can't eat it across film. So let's just try this. It's really good. I'm just trying to be careful because there's ice everywhere. You know how well me and ice get along. That's sarcasm. That means we don't. Seriously? What? Okay. I think I'm a bit warmer now to create some friction. Introduce myself? Okay. Car. Apparently, I'm supposed to make some sort of introduction, which, if you speak Cardese, was what that guy said. My pants are falling down. Me and Buttons don't get along well either. What's that? You're not an easy camera to fool, are you? Too cold to talk. You're coming up in 2 minutes. Don't follow me. red lights down there. That's where we're going. If it looks like I'm waddling, it's only because I kind of damaged my leg. See all that ice over there? It's slippery stuff. Takes out ankles and knees. And then you have to go see doctors who think they know everything. It's true. It's really true. That is actually quite artistic for a bush. See how the snow just kind of rests there? I'm much faster than you. See, it's not cold and it's not warm, even though the temperature's +1 with fog. Go figure. It's the kind of cold that goes right down into your bones. And you can actually see the fog if you look close, and just don't mistake it for smoke or flags. All dramatic and stuff. This is where trucks go to die. I love you, truck. I love you. I shouldn't make fun of trucks. They're pretty mean, and when they get going, of course, there's the whole, "Ooh, look at me, I'm a truck, and I'll run you over." Ooh. It's not too pleasant. You know, when you Google something and you're looking for a specific video or whatever, and you type in truck or whatever, you get a video of someone who's been run over by a truck and they're crawling away with half their torso missing. "Ooh, I'm getting hit by a truck." No. I wanted to find a stick of RAM. Not a Ram truck running over somebody. The computer just doesn't get that. So I'm forever scarred. And why do they call it extra foods anyways? Does that mean they have extra food? If then, why isn't the building bigger? And why don't they have a warehouse? And why does it cost so much more than a regular food place? Doesn't make sense. That's just insulting. Ooh, look at me, I'm all freezing. Of course, it's winter out. you and suffering. Okay, I'm ready. Pop is one of those things that's a kind of love-hate relationship, because it tastes good in most cases, but it's really bad for you. And the diet stuff is worse because it's got that cancer agent in it. It's like, ooh, look at me, I cause cancer, but people are gonna put aspartame and shit in it. Woo! So, Dr. Pepper, not Diet Dr. Pepper, is better than Dr. Pepper with the diet stuff in it, because there's no cancer causing agents in it, except it's still got sugar in it, which inhibits. It's just as bad. I don't like pop. I hate pop. Which is why I walk. Walk is important because if there's sugar, it stops you from losing weight. So you walk and the sugar tends to go away. It's a lot more technical than that, but it's basically what it is. And hot sauce, speaking of pop, hot sauce is awesome because it increases your metabolism and burns stuff off. I'm some sort of health genius. Woo! Except hot sauce that takes the flavor away from the food. It's supposed to accent it. It's not supposed to cover it completely up, because then you burn your tongue and then it's like, why did I eat in the first place? I'm just burning. Woo! And bread doesn't work to get rid of that. And milk doesn't work to get rid of that. I don't know why people say it does. I'm trying to remember what does though. Somebody told me there were some things. No, it escapes me at the moment. But whatever the case, anything that's hot will increase your metabolism, which is a good thing because that helps too. Very important. I swore never to say that name again, so I'm trying to figure out how to say it without saying it. But I was introduced to a show that was redone when my sister used to watch it. I don't know, it must have been 80s, I suppose. Little ponies everywhere, and they're all, never really gave it two thoughts. Still try not to, but then one day, must have been about a year ago, somebody sat me down and said, I want you to tell me what you think of this opening sequence to something. And I was like, what is it? No, they're not going to tell me, of course. So I watched it, and it was this epic opening, 2 minutes long, and it was good versus evil. There was like this huge darkness, and it was just the land is all in turmoil, and it's just all this great stuff, and I was like, what is this? And then the title came up. I try not to like the show, but they got too much funny stuff in it, and I don't like ponies pretending that they're all that. In fact, I despise ponies because they're just little horses. Actually, that's not true. I don't hate ponies. I actually like ponies. You know, you put kids on them and you take them all over the place, but they don't ever get involved in the battle between good and evil. And they certainly don't fire all these little biological weapons at people and all that junk. It's just, I don't know. You could probably cool it up somehow, but no. I have to put my foot down somewhere, or in this case, put my hoof down. And no, MLP is off limits. I will never speak about this ever again. Ever. Ever. The importance of movie theaters. In order for there to be money in film, there has to be movie theaters. Which, on a separate topic for another day, yes, digital mediums have been changing the face of film, etc., distribution and all that crap. But specifically, it's, you know, the books. You need books to read, and you need books to keep people entertained because they think they can get on their PDF readers or whatever, but there's nothing like a good book. And it's the same thing for movie theaters, because if you've got a movie theater, people go, they have a sense of community, they eat their popcorn, they spend their $50 on getting in. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but still, it's important. Because if you're living in a smaller town, you gotta have that theater as a sense of community, and if you take that away, you'll have nothing but flat. And then something else will go up eventually. But if there's no movie theater in town, then you're faced with the problem of, how do I watch this movie? How do I give Hollywood and independent directors, how do I give them money? I suppose you could give it to them just for whatever, but you want to watch a film, you want to get something out of it. So it's kind of important to actually have that physical building with a screen, and it's just the best way to do things, really. So when it comes down to it, if you want to prevent piracy, you have to support movie theaters. It makes sense to me. So, for example, Prometheus is supposed to be still out in theaters in some places, so I thought I would go down to the movie theater and watch Prometheus before it's out of theaters. Well, this is what I gotta deal with now. Them taking away my movie theater. So if it's not a movie theater, I might as well go download the thing. And then what do I do then? Do I just call Ridley Scott and email him a letter saying, hey, there's no more movie theaters, can I watch your movie anyways? Here's $50. Does this qualify as a cubby hole? It's really one of those cubby holes. If it has a window in it, does it Does that make it not a cubbyhole? I know what this one is. This is an annex way. Ooh, no, it's a doorway. That would be the annex way. It's not a hole at all. Certainly not a hobbit hole. Those things tend to have hobbits in them. Speaking of hobbits, I got nothing. I got nothing. Manitoba is one of those provinces where it can go from -40 to +40, and there's no talk of wind chill or humidity in that whatsoever. Pretty sure it can have a 100-degree difference inside of a couple of months yet. Pretty much, I find it really disturbing that it was like +5 a couple days ago, and that was -15 blizzard conditions. Kind of prefer it where it's like +10 in BC with a light rain. Oh, Jen. Yeah, I'd rather be in Hobart, Tasmania, where it's +42 today. Yes. Not here. Not now. Traveling across Canada. This is not the place to be in winter. It's the center of a landmass. Oh, it's too cold for this. I'm surrounded by trees. Trees won't even hug you at this temperature. I dislike commercial Christmas. Commercial Christmas is a time of money, which is supposed to be not what Christmas is supposed to be about. It's like somebody took some European saint and said, hey, this guy's being all crazy and stuff, let's make it about money. And it kind of evolved over the years. That's why I don't like commercial Christmas. It's got no spirit to it. It's all fake dressing and all that kind of thing. Yeah, it's terrible with people shining bright things in my face that hurt. Can't you just like, hey, that's my Christmas gift, turn it off. Okay. So, as I was saying, Christmas is supposed to be a time of genuine something, but there's no genuine something in handing out money, bought presents, present bought money. I don't really care. That's dumb. It's like I get in trouble because I don't make a snowman because commercial Christmas wants you to have a snowman. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like snowmen. You freeze your hands. Unless if you have gloves, you don't freeze your hands. And sometimes people, buy me stuff like what am I gonna do with those hangers that you put in closets that have holes in them? Doesn't make makes sense. I got that gift from my Aunt Sandy one year. I didn't understand it. It's like, what do I do with all this? Put all the hangers on one thing so my shirts drag on the ground? That's a commercial Christmas tree. I don't understand that. And then it got me thinking, what should I get people? Should I get them a $10 gift certificate? That's kind of good. Me personally, I would rather get cash. Cash is the give all gift, and it makes everybody happy no matter who you are. You might want to watch out for cars. Cars. That's another thing.
Why they call it fast food? Because it speeds you to your grave. Crayon.
Driving is one of those things, which is fun. Sometimes not so fun. It actually depends on who's out there driving around. Manitoba has one of the worst driving records ever. BC's a close third. Montreal is probably the worst, actually. I really like driving. Put a key in, make the car go, put a big red S on front of the hood, and people say, hey, look at that S-car go. I don't really say that, but I do. I like my S-car go. It's really good if you want to, you know, impress the chicks. They always dig a car. And, helps your mother to worry less and worry more at the same time. I feel sorry for those people who have to walk. I walk. I try to walk. I miss walking. Oh, it's a stop sign. I didn't recognize it. It was hiding behind a fire hydrant. Yeah. You know what really helps? Gas. Gas makes the S-car go. Whoa! Oh, that reminds me, ice. There's usually ice on the ground in the winter time, so you gotta be careful. But luckily, you know, there's piles of salt. Salt helps. Gotta keep your car in shape. Ooh, look, drive through. Stopped. This is the part where I walk. I get to walk. Yeah. Supposed to go to the other gas station place. Yay! Breaking out of the, doing the driving thing. I really like to drive. Oh, you've got no idea. You know what I really like about winter and driving? It's the snowbanks. Because in the summertime there's no snowbanks, so you can easily hop the curb and smash into a house. At least with snowbanks, you know, it slows you down a bit. I mentioned that for insurance purposes, of course. here's a gas station. Oh, it's Red Waffle. There's nothing I like more than coming to like a superstore or extra foods kind of thing. Sitting around in the calendar section, eating oranges, because I love oranges. Oranges are cool because sometimes, if you're lucky, you can actually peel the whole thing in one foul swoop. Yes, I know what that looks like. But the one thing I don't like about oranges is this stuff. You gotta peel off. I'm sure it's good for you in one way or another. I just don't eat it because it distracts me. It's gold. Well, it's orange, but it's gold. Oh, busted. Come on, out of the way. Come on. Oh. What was that? Police? There you are. Whee! On a hunt for Chinese food. Buffet. La, 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 la. Oh! They're around here somewhere. Whee! Stop breaking it off. Did I drive past it already? This way. I'm seeing red. Oh, red light. That's why I'm seeing red. Chinese buffet is one of those things that you shouldn't be able to resist. Because you can't resist it. It's two words that go together so well. Together. They go together so well. Oh, is there parking? Oh, look at that, right in front. Not right in front. What the heck? No parking past this point. No parking here. I can't park there. Why is everybody going to Chinese food buffet place tonight? This is crazy. Okay. There we go. Open. What? No? Okay.
My question is, why is it that places put spiced salt, extra salt, sea salt on fries, and this was done in like onion ring, and that tastes way better. I don't know about healthy, but it just tastes way better. So my question is, why do the potatoes not revolt against the salt? Should be a counter salt like revolution of some kind. Fried chicken is a completely different story. Commercial Christmas is that one time of year that runs from October 31st to the first week in January. And I've probably said it before, but I have to remind people, it's all about the money. And fat guys giving out gifts and all that stuff. It has nothing to do with Christmas, it's just commercial Christmas. Completely different thing. You got lights on trees and, you know, sleds, reindeer, you know, people getting trampled at Target and Superstore and all that kind of junk. Like a holiday based on some European tradition, it doesn't click with me. I prefer to take my Christmas a couple days at a time, 24th and 25th, and that's it. That's a nice time of year. Sometimes there are good things about commercial Christmas that we can all enjoy. The cookies, for example. It's not really money oriented, but it's always nice to eat cookies. I can't have a lot of cookies. I kind of gave up on that. Giving up pop, giving up all this stuff. It's just kind of, you know, it's a time of year where you just want to, you know, eat cookies. Kind of miss cookies. Come to think of it, I hate cookies. Why are we even talking about cookies? Whose bright idea was that? Ugh. Did I fall asleep? Okay, move. They actually have clouds in here. I don't think anyone could ever get too old for this kind of thing. Everybody should have one of these in their house. Be great for relaxing. If I could get up, I'd just watch you one. Again, bear's too comfy. I just want to sleep. I'm happy to have it. What am I doing? Time to read some books. Solar power your home. Starting eBay business for Canada. So, solar power for Canadians. Selling solar power for Canadians, making an eBay business. Customer service. Starting an online business, franchising, marketing. Everything you need to start your own Canadian solar business power thing. Gunpowder, alchemy, bombards, and pyrotechnics. 200 or more rowers were needed. Maritime revolutions. Interesting, but I don't need it. What do I need? This is all gunsmithing. And it goes from hunting to job hunting. Small business, accounting, resumes, fundraising. I need these books.
We're going to start with the higher stuff on this hours and
traffic is dangerous. You have to be on your toes at all times. You never know. This guy's creeping up on me. Haha, I can creep too. Creepy guy. Oh, curb, curb. Okay, here we go. We're off to see the wizard. Transcona is ironic because nobody wants to go there, but when you're driving in from the country and you don't want the bullshit of the city, you end up going to Transcona. So it's ironic. Yes, I'm not speeding because there's ice. We all know what ice does. It makes you go woo, 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 woo. Winter is a blasphemy to summer. It's completely the opposite, except for the fact they're both seasons. It's like the opposite temperature. It's like when it's plus 20, you're like, woo, let's go to the beach. And at minus 20, it's like, woo, let's not go to the beach. There are people who believe that dreams are ways of ourselves communicating with ourselves. And then there are people who believe that dreams are messages from things, stuff, the outer layer of darkness and dreams and Cthulhu kind of stuff where, you know, that mastering dreams is all this special technical kind of thing. I just like those dreams where you just go to sleep and you wake up and you're like, I had a cool dream. I was James Bond last night. That's to me, that's all dreams are. It's just they're dreams. Of course, the flip side of that coin is, you know, I really like trying to find messages in dreams. So, you know, gotta be careful there because, you know, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. And that's attributed to Sigmund Freud. I was going to say Carl Jung, but that's, well, yeah, those guys are all kind of in that dream package together and kind of twisted and everything, so. But when it comes down to it, I always think that, you know, dreams, whether there's messages in them or not, doesn't really matter because it's part of your life, and people's direction in life is sometimes governed by dreams. You know, that's why we say, hey, that person has a dream, and that person's going for his dream, and that person met his dream goal, or he has his dream house and stuff like that. It's all about wants and, you know, stuff beyond our physical world. So that's what I think about dreams. I'm not very cold, despite the temperature. Take that back, it's kind of cold.
Oh, I don't care. I'm stuck.
Men cannot resist tubes. Oh, hello. It's cold out. Where to now? It's a big field over there. Let's go check that out. Try not to fall off the edge. I'm waiting for the Zamboni. Hockey's back on. Rumor has it. Doesn't seem that interesting. Pretty much killed it. Yeah, just don't find hockey that interesting when it's all about money. Money, money, money. Yeah. Now, because it's back on, try calling people up and say, hey, let's go and do this. And they're like, watching hockey. But there's not a game tonight. Well, it doesn't matter. They're talking about hockey. They're wearing ties. They got no skates on. It's not hockey. That's people talking about money. Still waiting for the Zamboni. I applied once at the West Edmonton Mall to try Zamboni. I like the idea. It's just, I don't know, I think it's much more fun to watch it. Still. Almost ready. Ah, the good old days. air conditioner unit in this arena is broken. Get. I want pizza now. Install the air conditioning backwards. Fresh blizzard. Can't believe this. They give us the whole run of the place. Can't think of a thing to do. No playing of mini sticks. See, I know what mini sticks is, but why is it above the fountain? Is that insinuating we can't use mini sticks in the fountain? Or is it just in general? That make play though. So many mini TARDISes around. Oh, those are recycling bins. Oops. Chocolate. Why you have chocolate? And chips. Check. Oops. Oh, it's getting that. Ooh. Can't play with those. That one's locked up. Can't play with that. That though. Oh. Too lazy to do a full angel. It tickles my beard. Okay. Now that I've sufficiently broken my phone,